Welcome to strategy number 4. Stay informed about exit and succession planning. Strategy 4 is a game changer for most business owners. You'll find that this strategy is probably not very important to you until you've developed about 2/3 of your wealth outside your business. As we discussed in strategy 3, once you've developed 2/3 of your wealth outside your business, suddenly exit and succession planning may start to enter your mind. Because you'll realize that with the sale of your business, you could be financially independent. And if you'd rather be doing something else at that point, you're most likely going to be taking steps towards leaving your business. Now, not all business owners do that. Some at that point decide that they'd rather stay because there isn't anything else they'd rather be doing. And that's okay, as long as you continue to develop the financial security that was talked about in Strategy 3, so that you're not dependent on your business for your financial security and lifestyle. So now, in Strategy number 4, what we're going to talk about is how valuation works in exit planning. We're going to explain the 4 stages of business ownership, which is important so you know which stage you're in. We're going to cover the 3 key exit planning questions you need to be able to answer to start an exit plan. And we're going to talk about the 8 different channels, the 8 different ways that you can leave your business, who you can sell to, and how you can leave it. We're going to talk about financial trends and how they affect your business value, and ultimately how they affect the sale. We're going to talk about the range of values that you can expect in a purchase and sale. And we're going to close by giving you some key exit planning tips and recap what we think is most important to you. So let's get started. Exit and succession planning is essentially a business valuation in a planning context. Everything that goes into making your business more valuable or less valuable are the kinds of things that you try to implement or execute in your exit plan. So it may be locking down key employees and giving them an incentive to stay through the transition or sale. It might be developing a management team or growing your business to the point where you could use an investment maker to sell it and get a middle market multiple. It might be as simple as improving your cash flow and profitability to achieve a particular value that you want to get in the sale. Whatever it is, exit and succession planning and the steps you take are essentially the same as those that we evaluate in business valuation, but it's in a planning perspective. What that means is we have the benefit in exit and succession planning of ignoring the historical tax returns and planning for the trend that we want to see in the tax returns, setting the goals so that your tax return tells the story you want to exit down the road. It will tell the story that you need to achieve the value that you want. Now let's talk about the path to the 2% Club. There are 4 distinct stages to join the 2% Club. It's important for you to know which one you're in right now. Stage 1 is business startup stage. This stage is characterized by no investable cash flow. The business is essentially a job, and so it has no value. If you'll remember from Strategy 1, we talked about if a business can only pay a fair wage to an owner and there's no excess cash flow, there's no return on investment. Then the value of the business is an investment of 0. This isn't unusual, as many businesses never get out of the startup stage. They actually fail before ever generating excess cash flow for their owners. Stage 2 is defined by excess investable cash flow. A business that's matured to the point where the business owner is getting paid a reasonable wage for what they do in the business and has excess investable cash flow left over to begin accumulating wealth for the purchase of a real estate or the purchase of outside investments. Stage 2 is the longest of any of the stages. Stage 2 can last anywhere from 10 to 30 years, and most commonly it's around 15 to 25. So you may be in a business startup stage for 5 to 10 years before moving on to a more mature stage where your business is developing excess cash flow. This is a huge step to achieve stage 3 because not all business owners leave stage 2 successfully. Stage 3, exit and succession planning, is characterized by a business owner who has accumulated 2/3 of their wealth outside their business. At that point, exit and succession planning generally become very important to them. What you need to know is that for most business owners to successfully exit their business and achieve their exit goals, it's going to take about 3 to 5 years from start to finish. Now, for most business owners, when they get to the point where they're ready to leave it, it can never be soon enough. So it's important for you to stay informed about exit and succession planning when you are in stage 2. It will help you to lay the groundwork and make a lot of the right decisions so that at the point where you get to where 2/3 of your wealth is outside your business, you now have the choice to stay or go. And we think that's an important concept. Achieving 2/3 of your wealth outside your business gives you the control, and it allows you the choice to stay or leave your business. Now, if you can successfully navigate exit and succession planning to a successful exit with your wealth intact, you'll hit stage 4, wealth protection. This is characterized by independent wealth. You may or may not still hold interest in your business. You may still own the entire business, but you are still independently wealthy without including the value of that business. You probably have a large portfolio of invested assets in the stock market and possibly a strong benefit stream from investment real estate. Wealth protection becomes the primary objective during this stage. Let's move on to the key exit planning questions that you'll need to answer at the forefront of any exit plan. The 3 key questions are: to whom do you want to sell? How much do you want to sell for? And when do you want to sell? These can be difficult questions to answer. In looking more closely at number 1, to whom do you want to sell, let's look at what your 8 exit options are. Exit options are the 8 channels that you can sell your business to, or you can leave your business through. The first one is liquidation. You can sell the assets to people independently and shut the business down. That's not our objective, but liquidation is an exit channel. Sell to an insider. Sell to a third party. That can be a vendor, competitor, or an independent third party. Buyer transfer to family member. ESOP, which is an employee stock option program where the employee buys the business, or a management buyout where the management team buys the business. A private company recapitalization. That's when you sell a substantial portion of ownership and retain a small percentage. For example, you sell 80% of your company to a larger company and you hold on to 20%. You retain a job, but you get a liquidation event and a diversification away from all that risk from the sale of the 80%. A private equity group sale. Those are the sophisticated buyers that you most commonly find buying businesses in the middle market, but not on Main Street. And private equity group's objective is to buy the business, grow it, increase its cash flow, combine it or make it more marketable, then resell it, maybe to a public market or to a different private equity group. The last exit channel is an initial public offering, which essentially means, like Facebook, you could go public. In reality, only the top 4 exit channels are available to Main Street because the bottom 4 are really only practical for middle market companies. So ultimately, if you're a Main Street business, one of the 90% of US businesses out there that are worth less than $2 million, you're probably looking either at a liquidation, a sale to insider, a sale to third party, or a transfer to a family member. When we look at exit planning, we must remind ourselves that extremely strategic circumstances continually change over that 3 to 5 year period, and you constantly have to reevaluate and change course on how to get to the point that you want to get to. It's very strategic, and it's very important that you work with an advisor who can help you navigate all those decisions to get to your best outcome. Now let's move on to the next video, part 2 of Stay Informed about Exit and Succession Planning, where we'll talk about trends in valuations.